Well, it's winter on the south coast, and most anglers will put the rods in the shed and won't go fishing because it's either too cold or there is no fish.
It is pretty frosty. I don't even want to take my hands out of my pocket.
It is cold, but if you rug up and you search for these fish, you can find them and you can have some sensational catches. It's not always the case, but you don't have to pack the rods away. There's a few tips that Dom and I will show you today of how to find those fish. Interesting tips actually that you probably wouldn't ordinarily think about.
Yeah, absolutely. There's some unique sort of structure around this area, so if you know what to look for, you'll certainly find some fish there.
Exactly. So rug up and come along with us and see if we can pull a few out for you.
So we've pulled up here, AB, and there's we can see a lot of these rocks and boulders just sitting on the bottom, which is quite unusual. I'd expect to see sand around, or like maybe a deeper hole and sand around these edges.
Yeah, it's interesting. When you're chasing flathead through winter, obviously the water's cold, and we've got 16 degrees today, Dom, so it's exceptionally cold. However, these rocks and boulders have warmed up through the sun, and they'll provide a bit of warmth for these flathead to go up and sit on, and they actually sit right up on top of the rocks.
Yeah, it's unusual.
Yeah.
I wouldn't fish here for flathead ever, you know. I'd drive past this thinking, oh yeah, maybe there's bream in between, but I wouldn't think flathead would be here.
And you're going to get all your fish like bream and luderick and possibly estuary perch around these areas also.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're keeping our lure selection to cover all of that.
Yep.
But we're not just putting all our eggs in one basket and putting a big lure on for flathead.
Fish. Oh, he's on. Flatty?
Feels like another flathead, mate. Yeah, it's another flathead.
Lizard.
Oh, he's alright.
Get the net.
We were just talking about flathead, mate.
There he is. Come in. Just beware of the light leader there. Safely in the net. Oh, he almost tried to jump out there. Nice little dusky.
There you go.
Well done.
That water's 16 degrees, and we've caught a fish that really typically is caught in summertime in water up around 22, 23 degrees, and he was as aggressive as he would have been in that warmer water. We're just on the top of the tide now and starting to get a bit of action. This feels like another flathead. Feels sizable.
You sure it's a flathead?
Well, I don't know. I think it is. Just back that drag. Yeah, trademark head shakes. I'm only using a 4 pound leader, so I don't know how long this is going to last, but it feels like a decent fish. With that 4 pound leader, I'm just going to not go too heavy on this fish. I'm just going to lunge with him with the rod when he goes to run like that. He's a nice fish, I think. I'll just get that electric on. We're starting to go into a bit of nasty country, so we're just going to use the electric motor to push us away from those nasty looking oyster rocks behind us.
Get around this way if you can. Yep. Beautiful.
Excellent. Well,
Bloody, mate. There's a few in the system here.
Winter on the south coast in the estuary.
Bloodies.
Don't need to pack the rods away. Get out and rug up and get amongst it.
And most importantly, we've actually been catching all these today on really small lures most of the time. So we're using little grubs.
Yeah, I quite like small lures in the winter. Just that finesse approach.
Yep.
I've actually caught some quite large mulloway on very, very small pearl tail grubs. So big fish will eat small lures also.
Absolutely.
Well,
nice one.
We've got a feed, mate. You want to let that one go?
We might. We might.
Come across a little mid-river snag, and this is the sort of area where fish will hold up. I can actually see the brim on the leading edge of the snag, so I'm going to make a cast and see if I can entice one to come out and eat. Yep, one's on it. Got him.
With all these boulders here, we're wearing quite a light lens, so we've got it creating high contrast so we can really see into the water. Take the glare off, obviously, with your polarised glasses, and then use an appropriate lens colour to really let you see into the water and underneath the surface.
Well, we got him, mate. It's been tough, but good example there of being able to see the fish before you cast it. It doesn't get any more special than that. a beautiful little Maria River bream. They're in abundance on any South Coast estuary. And just because the water is only 16 degrees doesn't mean they won't eat.
Everything's got to eat at some point.
See, it's rug up, get out there and enjoy it through winter. Get a hook out of this, mate, and we might let him go.